Hey there, Tim Whitehead here. I'm the founder of Whitehead Global, where our goal is to help you stand out and get hired for the job you want by establishing you as $1 million candidate. And in this video, got a really good one for you. We're going to talk about career branding. What is career branding? How does branding yourself elevate your career? And being a career coach and an executive branding consultant, I'm here to tell you, it can be the difference between you landing a six-figure job and a multi-six-figure job as a leader. And so I'm going to talk to you about career branding, how you can brand yourself and position yourself as a top 1% candidate. It's always my goal with my clients to position them as top of the line, because when you position yourself as a top 1% candidate, what that does is give you options. It gives you options to accept certain job offers. It gives you leverage to be able to negotiate your salary. So your brand is extremely important, and it even dictates the quality of the role that you have. You can work in a director role that stresses you out, or you can work in a director's role that will give you resources and opportunities to be successful. When you position your brand properly, it's the big differentiator in many cases to separate you from being an average leader to an outstanding leader. That give yourself leverage, okay? So the first thing you may be thinking about is, what is a career brand? Never heard of it. I heard of personal branding. I heard of professional branding, but I never heard of career branding. Simply put, and I like simplicity, okay, when I explain things. Simply put, career branding is your professional reputation, okay? In other words, it's how you are perceived in the professional world, in the marketplace. Who are you? If you are an executive, what type of executive are you? What are you known for? Whether it's good, bad, or ugly. We all have a reputation, you know? Some people may see us as, terrible leaders and bossy and all of that. And then other people may say, this is an amazing person. They changed my life. They helped move the needle in XYZ company. So your professional reputation is directly tied to your career brand. And here's the beauty. You can position your career brand however you want, but you want to make sure that you're true to it. And we're going to talk about being true to it in a minute. So since we got that out the way, you may be thinking, okay, I like this career branding thing. This is what I've been lacking in my career as a leader. Yes, I've climbed the ladder. I've been a middle manager. Now I'm a director. Now I'm trying to land an executive position. Or maybe you are an executive right now and you're saying, okay, it's time to move on. But for some reason, I feel stuck. I feel like I can't move forward. It may be because you have to redesign who you are for your next level. I always say to my clients that, what got you to where you're going in this season of your career may not be what's going to get you to your next level in the next season of your career. And it's very important to know, right? At one point, I was an HR recruiter. Well, guess what? That helped me in one season of my career, but I had to gain the skills, the knowledge, the expertise to be able to work with executives and leaders and managers who work at Fortune 500 companies, who are the best of the best at what they do. It takes specialized knowledge to do that. And I had to reinvent myself. And my career brand had to change from being an from being a recruiter to being a resume writer, from being a resume writer to being a career coach. And now from being a career coach to being an executive career coach and branding consultant. Like, it never ends. And sometimes as leaders, we can get comfortable with working with what has always worked for us. And then we hit a wall and we try to figure out why in the world my routine, my patterns are not working. It's because it has a lot to do with your brand. So number one, the first thing you need to do is you need to define your brand. your uniqueness, your expertise, your skill set, your unique value. You have to find out what makes you unique. What's your point of impact? What's your value proposition, right? My value proposition is very simple. I'm gonna give you this example. My goal is to help top executives, business leaders, and managers land the jobs that they want by positioning them as top professionals in their niche, in their industry. Very simple. I got a very simple value proposition. And you can do the same. Number two, once you establish your brand, your uniqueness, your expertise, your skill set, you got to be true to it. You can't just make up something and that's really not you. Why? Because you can fake the funk for a while, but in time, you're going to be very frustrated. You're going to be very annoyed. And quite honestly, you're going to quit. You're going to come back to me and say, Tim, man, thanks for helping me land this job, but I hate it. Why? Because you was never true to that brand. You have to find out who you really are. What truly makes you unique? What is your expertise, skill set, and your value? And then you have to link it. You have to walk it like you talk it. My dad used to say, I walk it like I talk it. And I didn't understand that as a kid, but I get it now. You want to be true to who you are as a leader, as a top professional, because if you get yourself an executive job and you get in these boardrooms and you don't know what you're talking about and you're not really an expert in what you do, it's going to be quite embarrassing not being able to share certain data or expertise or whatever your title is, not being able to do that job effectively, and it can ruin your professional reputation. Number three, and this is a big one, network with other leaders. I cannot tell you enough how important it is to network with other leaders. You need to go where other leaders go. And I know I'm preaching to the choir to some of you, but I know that there are a lot of you who may be middle managers or directors and you feel stuck and you don't have a great network of certain friends and things of that nature. You need to go where leaders hang out. You need to go to conferences, workshops. You need to go to the restaurants that executives and where leaders go. You know, you need to build relationships and be very intentional about building relationships with other leaders, because as you begin to build your brand and add value to other people, when you need to transition, that favor will return back to you. For example, one of my favorite stores to go to is Belk. Okay, I love to go to Belk. One of the reasons why I absolutely love Belk is because I always run into a leader or someone who would be a client of mine. And we build relationships. Like literally, I went to Belk to try on a new blazer. And, you know, I lost a few pounds. I lost about 40 pounds. So I'm trying on blazers and I'm feeling myself a little bit. I'm like, okay, let me put on, this 42 long and see if I can still fit in the 42 long, because back in the day when I was 18, 19, I could fit in the 42 long. So I tried it on, didn't work. Then I said, well, okay, that's fine. Let me try on this 44 long. And again, would not fit. Now, mind you guys, I know you can't tell from the video, but I'm 6'4", about 270 pounds. So a little ego was in there and I was feeling myself, and my wife was just shaking her head. And then I seen a gentleman from a distance. He was looking at me, looking at my wife. He and his wife was shopping for blazers as well. And he said, hey, you look like a 50 long. Try the 50 long. And in my mind, I'm like, I done lost 40 pounds. That's going to be too big. I put on that blazer and it fit perfectly. It fit perfectly. And so, from there, I was able to spark a relationship, build rapport with that gentleman, and it just made my day. And so these are the things that happen when you go into certain places where other leaders, business leaders, people of value, people of quality hang out at. All right. Number 4, create a strong online presence. And this is one that I preach about all the time. You got to have, right now with this current video is 2023, okay? The year is 2023. But I cannot preach to you enough how important an online presence is, okay? Tech is advancing, AI is advancing, and the way you position yourself to the world will catapult your career if you utilize your online presence. So, what do I mean when I say create an online presence? The number one thing you need is an amazing LinkedIn profile. I wouldn't have a business today if I didn't use LinkedIn at scale, okay? You need to establish a strong, updated LinkedIn profile where now you got a vehicle where you can begin to share your expertise, your uniqueness, your thought leadership. All right. Me personally, I have a LinkedIn profile, a Twitter, I have IG, I have Facebook, you name it, right? TikTok. And listen, I don't want to overwhelm you. I use all of these platforms, but really you only need to start with one or two, okay? I would recommend starting with LinkedIn and maybe Twitter, okay? Or LinkedIn and Facebook, depending on what you're doing, okay? For me, let's say you said, Tim, I only want one platform. LinkedIn, hands down, okay? You need to have a solid LinkedIn account because you are surrounded by other leaders, other professionals, and now you can share your thought leadership. So, and don't just create a LinkedIn profile and don't optimize it and update it and things of that nature. You want to make sure everything is optimized and things of that nature. If you have questions about that, need help with that, feel free to shoot me a message. Go to my link in the description and feel free to shoot me or my team an email, and we'll be more than happy to help you. Also, you can book a free career consult with me, leadership consult with me, and we can talk about that if you need help with that LinkedIn profile, okay? And number 5, and this kind of goes into establishing your online presence, because when you are updating your career documents, everything is digital now. Your resume is digital, your LinkedIn profile is digital. Again, you're talking about LinkedIn, that's digital, of course. And you may even be at the point where you want to establish your online page, your online bio, things of that nature. You want to make sure all of your career documents are in line with your brand, okay? Because look, if you are trying to land a job with a Fortune 500 company, top company, they want somebody who has a track record of getting things done, a track record of getting results and outcomes for companies, significant results and outcomes. So having that on your resume is important. Having that on your LinkedIn profile is important. But then having it on your resume all over the place is valuable, because now your professional reputation precedes you. And it becomes easier. And then the people that you're building your network with, they're going to look you up. They're going to follow you on LinkedIn, because LinkedIn is nothing but a virtual business card. They're going to follow you. They're going to say, oh my goodness, this guy, this gal, they're the real deal. I wonder if they're interested in this opportunity or that opportunity. Or you may see an opportunity at the company that they work for, and you reach out to them. And now they already have seen your LinkedIn profile, and it's just easier for them to refer you to a particular position. And, you know, the thing that hurts a lot of people is they only apply to job boards online. But 90% of 6-figure jobs are in the hidden job market. In other words, they are acquired through networking and recruitment. So you want to put yourself in the best position to be successful. All right, that's it for the video today. I hope you got value. If you did, do me a solid, like and subscribe to my channel. If you have any questions about career branding, personal branding, building your personal reputation, feel free to put your question in the comment section. If you want to connect with me directly, if you have any personal one-on-one questions, feel free to book a 20-minute complimentary call with me directly, and I'd be more than happy to talk to you and see how I can help you. All right, guys, till next time, be great, stand out, get hired. Talk to you soon.